Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video here. It's been a pretty exciting day actually on this price action. I really am pumped up to actually show you it because it was wild with our lines, with the price action jumping up, going back down. We're at the last day of this quarter, the last day of March. So things are actually looking pretty juicy, and things are setting up actually pretty good for April. It's nice to see this monthly candle close after some pretty ugly months, right? We pretty rough. Now I say that because that's what everybody else feels. But for me, if you're analyzing price action, hopefully you are analyzing what's going on. You have support and resistance set up, and you have targets that you're always looking for. You're kind of excited when the price action moves. That's what you need. In the last couple of weeks, it hasn't moved. Right, it's just been kind of this sideways behavior. We could be calling out the levels. You probably heard them multi times now, and you're probably getting bored with it. But that's when the energy, you got to be paying attention because the energy has been shifting during all this time, and we can start. We're seeing it, and now it's starting to really hold core levels. It's been holding core levels through the last week and a half. It could have easily been dropped easily for lower levels down in that 65, 60, 55,000. I mean, come on. Can it still go there? Yeah, but it's actually building back up. So let's go ahead and get into the price action today, though. I want to show you what's really going on, and let's see what happened in the energy and really just yeah, could you have jumped into trades? Yes, you could have. But really, why wouldn't you? And really, when you do wait, things do play out. When the setup's there, it goes. And I want to show you that. So let's go ahead and jump into the 15-minute like we do all the time. That's my go-to chart. That's what I trade off of is a 15-minute chart. And like I said, we run this as a business. Every single entry is like running a profit and loss statement. Is how you want to look at it. So obviously you are trying to get that top end of the profit and loss to look the best. That way you can get the bottom that goes into your pocket to be the highest amount. Now, one thing I'll talk about on the charts is really you want energy, you want fuel. You need to have ability to run that engine if you want to look at it. That way I hopefully that as I go through this, think of it that way. Keep that in your mind. So the 15-minute and the 5-minute and those time frames I talk about really is the engine. Is the engine been prepped and ready to go? Yes, it should be what you should be saying, right? You're not going to go out on a road trip with an engine that isn't going to work, or I hope you don't, because you hope you have a plan if it's not running 100%. But the other thing is you need to have fuel in the car. If there's no fuel in that vehicle, then or a charge, in today's world, right? Everybody's talking about electric cars, but you have to have a charge. If there's not a charge or not fuel or some type of energy in that engine, it doesn't matter how good it is. It's just going to sit there. So let's go ahead and get into the charts with that in mind here. So you can see there's a lot going on. We have the daily resistance up here. Then we have our breakout trigger down here, breakdown trigger, and right down in here, which you can see this is confluence area. Over the weekend we had a lot of confluence right down here. You can see we fought it here in the early morning hours. That is the daily support. So what are we looking at have happening in the morning? Well, the things kick out. We use the New York Stock Exchange, we use the futures and the regular stock exchange open. So if you want to know those times, futures is the 8:30 Eastern Standard time zone, and we use the 9:30 is when the New York Stock Exchange actually rings its bell. So keep in mind, that's why you don't hear us talk about anything kind of before then. It's hard not to jump into trades, but a lot of times what you'll do is you'll get in there and the volatility will come and hit your stop. And I don't want to run a stop really far from where I enter. I'd rather make a sound decision on a nice tight price action. That way I can get in and really get the movement here. So here we are sitting on the 15-minute chart. And the reason why I bring all that up is because all that happened right here, and this is done. Then you're looking at this candle and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, yeah, you got the break. You're right. It's running up. Now, technically, you could enter right here on a long. That's kind of the way we just kind of make a system direct. Is like, okay, well, if you get the run up, the next candle would be the entry. And there you go. You would have ran up, and guess what? You hit target 3. Oops, 3, 2, 3. You hit target 3 here. So yeah, if you just got in on the next open, yeah, you would put your stop way down here. Let's see what that looks like. Let's get crazy. So we'll go down in here. Here's your target 3, and you might be thinking like, yay, you're crazy. That's not even that's the risk reward is not even worth it. Hey, you know what? I'd be willing any day to throw $100 on the market and get $50 back in my pocket, $56. Why not? I mean, because the next trade it might be 300. The next trade after that it's another 250, and the trade after that's $100. Think of it that way, right? So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because you're not putting your stop here. You're putting your stop here because just in case it doesn't work out, meaning that this is the high probability to go up, not down and hit your stop. Now, if you don't have a system that's going to basically run that most of the time, then you are trying to just constantly run risk management, and that's where the 3R always kicks in, and that's what everybody always talks about, because that's the ease, right? If you can win 3 times your money, and then the next trade you lose the original investment. So if you put $100 on, you'd hope to win $300 on one trade or make $300 on one trade. The trade after that, you would lose. So then you'd be down $100. You could lose again. You'd be down another $100. You could lose again. You could be down another $100. Now you're back at break even. So that's the idea of what they're going after. Now, obviously, with the risk reward that I'm showing you right now, that's not really going to give you that, right? You're going to be like, what? The next trade, I'm actually down $50. I only made 50, so the next trade, if I lose 100, then I'm going to be down $50. Yeah, you're right. That is true. But if you're running a system where the higher probability of it ripping up or going up is in your favor, then $50 is still $50 in your pocket, and then you can wait for the next setup. So getting in here, this is where I'd say don't be greedy, right? Target 2, target 3 is could easily get there, and that's it. Don't try to run this all the way to the sky. If that happened, boom, you made your money. Then you can see this came back with energy within a half hour. It was actually closing. This is where I'd say be careful, because did we really get a close? Yes, we did. We did get the close. And look how tight that is right there. Could you get into the next candle? Yeah, I mean, we followed the system up there. And the sad thing is yeah, this came back up, and your stop would have been right above this area right in here, and it did hit you right in the next candle build. Then it came back down like it was like, okay, now we're going to short today. Well, if you have indicators and have tools on the charts and things that you're looking for, that would have told you, hey, be careful, because when this candle was coming down, the 15-minute, when you're looking at all this noise here, it's just for simplicity, it's at the very top. When it's up near the top, it means it wants to go back to the bottom. When it's at the bottom, it wants to go back to the top. Well, that's where the price action is too. So the price action is saying it wants to go down, start to run down. Well, you are set up in a prime area for this to break. This is the engine that we're talking about here, though. We're not talking about the fuel that goes in the tank that will get you to your destination. So you might be like, okay, well, how do I know the fuel? Well, let's go out to the 1 hour. That's what we like to use, is the 1 hour in this. The 1 hour will give us the fuel scenario. So you can see this is where I marked this for line vertical. This is when the charts were set up for the day in the morning we're watching. You can see the 1 hour right by time waiting for all that stock exchange stuff that I was talking about earlier, right by time all that opened up. This was showing you compression through here. That's what this basically white line means. It's compression. You're down here in the lower part of the middle section. That means it more than likely wants to come up to the upside. That's the fuel that's in the tank. Your higher time frames is have fuel to carry your lower time frames, which would be the engine. So we're trying to get the engine, make sure it's at the ultimate running capacity, and then do we have the fuel in the tank to be able to get there? So yes, the fuel's in the tank for the day, so we're good. We don't have to keep looking out here. This is obviously fuel in the tank, and the fuel is still burning in the tank. It's still showing that it could run up. And anyways, let's go back into that 15 minutes. So if this is coming down and we have fuel in the tank to take us to the upside, not fuel in the tank to take us to the downside, to take a short here, it makes it hard to take a short. And the reason why is because you don't have the fuel in the tank for the short. You have the fuel in the tank for the long. So for us to get too excited about this short makes it hard. And that's why I was saying a little bit, yeah, did it close and you want to follow the system that way? Okay, great. You got in, you took a loss. That's the way trading is. More than likely, if you when it crosses out like this, it would have continued on down, and you could have taken a short here and made some profit, taking it down to maybe the daily support. Regardless, though, like I was saying, the energy in the tank was running up. Now, when this pulled back, that's what we're looking for, is just to set back up, right? You got the close here. The next candle opened. If you entered on this time frame, again, if you took it to target 3 again, this is in the same stock. You can see the trade is built right here. Boom, boom, boom. Took it to target 3 again, because the fuel in the tank in the 1 hour says it wants to go. But the fuel in the tank actually had a lot of fuel. So you can read the fuel gauge on how far can you go with the fuel in the tank. So the fuel in the tank actually did say that we could easily make it up here, and before we start to run out of fuel. Now, this could take a while to get here. Like, this may have ran up here like it did, and then this could have traded down sideways and then traded back up and then got all the way up here. You can see that this came forward that target very quickly. It burned a lot of energy, but not a lot of fuel in the tank. So it did start to kind of fall back out. You can see down here we are topping out on the 15. We are starting to roll over a little bit here. This could come back down and build some more energy, but the higher time frames do have fuel to push the charts to the higher levels. In reality, we're not really looking at these for fuel. We're looking for these for the engine. And when I'm referring to the engine, does the engine mean it's fixed and ready to go? So we're waiting for the parameters to kick in. Well, that's the up movement. Do we have the up movement here? And do we have the room for us to do that? Do we have the fuel in the tank? Yes, we've answered all those questions. So this right here is saying, hey, well, the engine is ready. It's all telling us it's prepped. We know it's good to go. Now let's all get in the car and take off. So you might have entered right here. Well, you could have entered on a limit order right at the classic trade. That's a 3.65 very quickly, right? So you would have got in on this candle. So there's the first candle, second candle. There's 30 minutes. There's 45 minutes. So there's 3 candles. 3 times 15 is 45. Okay, so 45 minutes, you would have made $365 on the trade. Plus, you made another 50 from the earlier trade this morning if you were following the trade and just getting in. Now, this is you being a little more, well, it could go to daily. It could, I don't really know. You know what? Okay, well, let's just stick to the guns here and do another 1.62. So you made $152 plus another $50. You know, what is that? Basically, 210 bucks. 212 bucks, you know, whatever, for the day. Quick and easy. You did that actually in less than 15 minutes. You would have done that trade. You would have made another $162. You can do the math yourself. I mean, if you're looking at it as an hourly wage, how much time did you really spend in this? Maybe you're here for 2 hours, you know, you're getting paid over $100 an hour, whatever, you know, however you want to look at it. We're running a business, so it's not really broken down that way. This is a product that's giving you revenue so you can continue to build your business and buy more assets and all that good stuff. That's hopefully what you're going after and creating that financial strength that you're looking for. So that is, yeah, that's it. Now, if you knew that there was higher fuel in the tank and you're really looking for it, saying, hey, this could go up here and I'm willing to wait, and I'm just going to kind of let it set and build. Okay, well, there you go. I mean, yeah, 3 to 1, a little over 3 to 1. So instead of 210 or so, you would have made 360 plus that $50. You made about 410 on that day. If that's how you kind of traded, if you're just trading the system. Oh, that's right, you did lose your $100 here. So either way, you either made about $100 and some dollars or you made $300 and some dollars. I guess you only lost $50. So yeah, you can do the math for the breakdown. Regardless, I'm just showing you that if you're following the system, the system does take loss. No, nothing's perfect. If somebody is telling you that, then they're crazy, because that's the way life works. There's always a give and take in life. It's like in business of trading, there's give and take all the time. So go ahead and get in there and get your share and analyze that information and help yourself out. So that's exciting. It was an exciting day because of the high energy, the whipsaws that we saw, the ability that how it interacted with the triggers. You had a lot of that in the space. Go ahead and check out our live. We talk about this on the live. You would have saw this price action on the live. You would have seen Gross Monkey actually is one that goes to lives. You would have seen him struggle in this area because that's the way it is in real life. You can see it now, and you can see all the candles printed, but I was watching this when it ripped all the way up, and I thought, oh man, FOMO, I missed out on the run. I already saw the fuel was in the tank, and I figured it was going to run now. It was going to just rip up. You can see that obviously said it wasn't ready, but this also was telling you my engine wasn't ready for the trip, and we needed to come back to the garage and get ready to get things going. And that's exactly what happened here. And when it set up and said, okay, well, now we're going to go back up and get the opportunity here, that's what it did. So, all right, guys, like I said, we're getting it closed. Tomorrow will be April 1st, more likely when you're watching this video. And through April, let's get a little bit of energy in the space. Let's be excited here. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Hang out with us. I really do see us clearing through some strong levels. Even right now, when we're looking at it, we're sitting right below that 62 or 68,200 level. It's definitely playing with that. If you've been watching and going, if you can go back and look at your own charts, that's a strong level. Let's get above that. Let's get above that 70,000 range, 70 or 71,000 right in that pocket. Let's get above that, and then let's create some energy. Let's let this thing free to run. The 1 hour, obviously 200 is the first area we have to clear through. We're fighting on that area right now. Then we'll break it and get above that 4 hour, and then here we go. The longer time frames do have energy as well in them. So let's see if we can drive through some of this major ceiling that we've been kind of smashing into and playing with for the last couple of weeks. So, all right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and happy trading.